Hello, reporting to you live from my brand new microphone, so hopefully I sound a little bit better. But hey everybody, you're probably watching this because backgrounds killed your grandma as well. At some point in your artist journey, someone will ask you to draw a background, and I have avoided having to do so until last week, where my illustration assignment wanted a black and white one-point perspective drawing, where the eye had to be drawn from the foreground to the background, and I wanted to effectively burn myself in a hole. I couldn't just get away with making vague shapes in the background, like it had to be very clear what was going on. That's when my professor introduced us to Sketchfab. I'm not sponsored, by the way. But I just had to say this made drawing a background so much easier, and I mean it. Oh my god. It saved my life. For real, for real. If you have the ability to poop out a background without looking at a reference photo, pop off, I guess. Your mind is bigger than mine. I appreciate you too. But if you're like me and have an idea of what you want, but don't have the ability to create perspective like God, this site will change the game entirely. Just make a simple little digital mock-up to get an idea of where everything is going to be, then loosely sketching over it, and somehow it still ends up looking different. Looking back, I definitely forgot a couple of things, but you know, the whole point is not to trace it. But some advice from my illustration class: trace over to your skill level. And I don't mean one-to-one tracing, I mean if you place these hyper-realistic environments and your art style is more manga-like, it'll look out of place, unless of course that's your intention. But tracing to your skill level helps you merge your environments a little bit better, and it creates like some visual flow, but also so you know you could fit your little like not so realistic fish in the background and like some wiggly seaweed that has like no definition whatsoever, and I could get away with putting a lot of detail into pillows and then slapping a blur filter over it. But that is an easy way to make backgrounds so much less painful, unless you want to start getting crazy. I can't help you if you start wanting to do like cityscapes. That's when it starts getting a little too complicated for my brain. I can only do oceans and like ocean type stuff, water, anything that has to do with water. That's what my brain will let me do. I can't do anything that has to do with society. That's a little bit hard. As a side note, don't think of yourself as less of an artist for using references. When I was growing up, that was something that got shed on the most when we were all like in high school and like, you know, just all starting in the industry. Well, I guess not industry, but like trying to work towards like getting into like SVA, FIT, like the two main colleges in New York City for artists. I mean, we all wanted to get into SVA, but like, you know, we were all illustrators trying to go to cartooning and blah blah. And like all of my friends were like, you don't use a reference or you're a bad artist. Even though using references constantly used in the industry, making like mock-ups in Photoshop of like thrown together images to like kind of get an idea of what you want, that's always used. Do not be afraid to do that. And honestly, I wish I traced more as a kid to gain the muscle memory that I now have to teach myself. I need a Skillshare sponsorship so badly. I want to take more classes without paying thousands of dollars. But yeah, I basically wanted to make this video to like show more resources to artists, because not a lot of people know about Sketchfab, and this is now I'm now the third person to talk about Sketchfab, because I saw it in somebody else's video who also uses it to get like pose references and like sometimes like backgrounds, and I think it's like a very useful thing. They're all like 3D models. Some people have like full turnarounds of like real images, which I'm like, those are helpful, let me tell you. I used one of them because I really wanted to get this little girl looking in a certain direction to represent myself as a child, looking up at my VTuber persona. And I would have never found that on Google Images. Let me tell you, this like Sketchfab has like the fact that you're able to turn around an image, or like the model in like a 3-dimensional space, and then you can just like get pictures of it and like be able to like composite a little scene for yourself. It's so useful, it's so helpful being able to have something to like put, like I have an image in my brain and now I can like gather things and like do a little like what is it called? Not decoupage. God damn it. What is the word? Oh no, I don't know the word. Oh, scrapbooking. What is the word? Oh my god, this is gonna bother me forever. When you take pieces of paper and paste them together. Collage. Thank you, brain. But being able to collage images together and create like a scene to help further an idea, and then like being able to just draw over it and like, you know, make it my own. It helps so much. It helps so much, and I wish more people knew about it, or like I wish it was more like universally like, yes, you're allowed to do this. Nobody tells you that you can't do it except other peers, if that makes sense. But like nobody gives a fuck. Like the pretty picture come out in the end, right? You're like, as long as you're not tracing or copying other people's artwork, like I nobody gives a shit. But yeah, that's beyond the point. But yeah, now go draw backgrounds, you funky little trolls. Go do it. They won't kill your grandma no more. They're not that scary once you got like the proper references to like let your dreams be memes. Don't let your dreams be memes. Like let yourself go wild, all right? And I'd like to personally thank my Patreons for this month. They're my favorite people ever. And you can download this beautiful image onto my Patreon, the $1 tier, for free downloads. I guess not free downloads, but like for $1 downloads of images that I create in class. You can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 and get access to downloadable content, which is not limited to print and play little notepads and like DIY projects and backgrounds for your computer or your cell phone. And yeah, thank you so much to my lovely patrons, my beautiful unicorns, my underwater unicorns. Are those just like narwhals? I think so. Maybe I should change it to narwhals. I don't think I will. Anyways, yeah. And if you want to subscribe to the higher tier, there's only 2 tiers on my Patreon right now. If you want to subscribe to the higher tier, you have to be 18 plus. I will be carding at the door. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.